approach now?
Yes, come on up. Hi.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hey, so all I know is that this case is 1,379 days old.
Cardona, come on up.
Let me take a look.
Yes, I think I got appointed maybe a couple of weeks ago. And then I approached last week to get his portable, his conditions changed so he can get a portable, and you put him on for today.
Okay, so what happened was that,
If you don't have it, it's because I'm working on
have you had a chance to see Discovery yet?
I haven't watched it yet. No, I'm like 2 days behind after not having power and everything. And he was on for August, so I go in order of like when my clients are on docket, and then he had to come back.
So the thing is this, is he was ordered to obtain an ignition interlock by 7-Eleven, right?
Yes, I approached you on 7-Eleven off docket.
Okay.
To get his, because he doesn't drive, so he needs a portable, and you put him on for today so you could admonish him and give him new conditions.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to put a GPS monitor on him, and then I'm going to put a scram on him so we know he's not consuming alcohol. The case is nearly 1,400 days old. What I'll do is I'm going to give you 30 days. Okay, take a look at everything. We need him back in 30 days to figure out where we're going to go. And at the next setting, it's clear trial. Okay. 30 days should be enough for you to be able to take a look at everything. And then at that point, let us know what you want to do. Okay. And then, yeah, he's in the jury box. I'm going to talk to him now.
Okay.
So Vic, on a Mescazita, I'm going to scram and a GPS monitor to be on by tomorrow. And due to the age of the case, 30 days, clear trial. And that's it. All right, come up, sir.
Have a seat, sir. He did not call you up. No, it's okay. I just didn't see you call.
Come up, sir. So here's the deal. Your case is nearly 1,400 days old. You have 30 days to meet with your lawyer to figure out what you're going to do with this case. At the next setting, when you come back, you must either accept a plea bargain offer from the state, or I will set your case for trial. And then at that point, that is a plea deadline. I will not take anything else after that date. As it stands now, because you've evaded from me for so long, I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you. I'm giving you 1 day to put it on. Okay, so we will tack onto that. On your other ankle, I'm going to put a scram device so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. You're ordered not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, and not to drive. Do you understand? The worst possible thing you can do is drive. If you do, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months every time you drive. Do you understand, sir? You will be signing an affidavit promising me you're not going to drive. All right, I'm gonna have you come up here, sports research. You're not gonna drive. I'll get you to sign a reset with Victoria. After that, do not leave until you've met with Tracy for your bond conditions. And after that, you guys will be free to go. We'll see you in 30 days.
Which one, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Morning, Judge.
Hey.
Order in the court for a plea.
Cruz Montoya.
Good morning, Mr. Cruz Montoya.
Good morning.
Please spit your gum out. You're smacking it like a horse.
Lo siento.
Mr. Cruz Montoya, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to a year in jail, and I'm sorry, up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand, sir, this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life.
Salomon,
From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. What do you think is going to happen to you if you do 30 days, Mr. Cruz Montoya?
go ahead and file for your receipt, please.
Va a llegar migración.
Immigration.
Right. If you want to live in this country without permission, don't get into trouble. Most of all, don't drive. Because if you do, you will be all but assured to come back here. If I see you again here, I promise you it's not going to go well for you.
Order in the court for a plea.
Anytime you get pulled over, they're going to see a prior DWI on your record, and you're going to get harassed, whether you're doing something good, whether you're doing something bad. So don't give anyone the opportunity. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot change this. We'll be stuck like this forever. Like I said, you were ever in a car, you get pulled over, even the faintest smell of alcohol, they will charge you with a second offense. And from now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. Sentence you to the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days, sir. Do not drive until you get a license.
Okay.
What was that?
I'm suspending your ability to get a license. Do not drive until you get a license and liability insurance. Otherwise, you're going to be back here. Good luck. Thank you.
You just.
Are you David Glenn Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Thompson, you're charged of driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Your Honor.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. There are bond conditions. His arraignment was on 6/3. There are bond conditions and interlock.
Did I do it already or what?
Yes, it was done already. It was CHA.
Oh, that's right.
Council
Okay.
Signed on, so we just
Got
need
it.
to do a reset.
So we'll just give you a normal reset because I think we've been through this, Eric.
Okay, Judge, understood. Yeah, it's like on
remember,
6-3. You're right, Judge.
no driving. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I hope you take it seriously because if not, all right.
Judge, August 20 through the 22nd.
Did you hear that, Eric?
I did, Judge. Let me check. I think that the 20th is perfect, Judge.
Okay, it's yours.
Thank you, Judge. I'll put it on the calendar. Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Thompson. Call me when you leave.
That way, we'll have you sign a reset.
Thank you, Judge.
Council for a reset.
Mr. Waller, come up. Tell me what you've done. What have you done?
Indeed, whatever job they have pop up in my email, I signed up for. I have to for the paper. Send it to my lawyer too.
Do you have any proof?
Yes, sir.
What you got? Have you tried to go to, I'm glad that you're trying. This is good. Good job. Just keep trying. At some point, you're gonna get it, you know? Have you tried going to Amazon yet?
No, sir.
Why not? They're always hiring. I mean, really, it's not hard there. That's probably your best bet. I'm gonna set you off a couple more weeks, go to Amazon. I'm telling you, and just be persistent and hopefully they will. Okay? Good job. Just keep trying. At some point, you're gonna get something, all right?
Thank you.
Good. I'm glad that you're doing it. All right?
Judge, August 29th through, I'm sorry,
All right, so you are Jesus Rodolfo Medina, correct? All right, please keep it down. Mr. Medina, you're charged with indecent assault. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. It looks like you've worked out an agreement. Let me figure out what that is. Do you have? Looks like they've offered you a 13-month deferred. This is a type of probation that if you successfully complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you cannot tell people it was dismissed. It was not dismissed. You merely took a probation, completed it successfully, and don't end up with a conviction, or didn't end up with one.
Yes, sir.
Understand what's
Yes, Your Honor.
consequences and what happens. Now, for that to happen, you must do an effective decision-making class. You will also do what's called a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. Because I don't know what those other conditions may be, because that's why they have it. You do a test to see if there's anything else that may fit in your life. You must also have no contact with Dorothy Lawrence. You understand what's
Yes, Your
expected of you. Okay, Pavel, did you want to add anything? You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Like I said, this is a type of probation that if you do well, you may even be able to get this thing sealed. I don't know. That's something that you guys will have to research. However, I want you to understand that if you fail to live up to the terms of your agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I will bring you out. The only thing that we're going to talk about is if you violated the probation. And if you did, you authorize us to put you in jail for an entire year.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understand?
Yes.
You still want to do this?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to the offense of indecent assault?
Gotcha.
I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 13 months. You will do the effective decision-making class, TRAS, and no contact with Dorothy Lawrence. All right, guys.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you. Thank you. Do you need me to sign this one?
El intérprete aquí.
When was the last appointment?
It was on July 11th, Your Honor, last Thursday, this past Thursday.
Why did you miss your appointment?
Faltó su cita.
Estaba de viaje, tenía que ir a la Florida a buscar,
Keep it down, please.
tenía que ir a la Florida a buscar los papeles de la niña por la entrevista que tengo.
I was out of the state on a trip to Florida looking for papers for my daughter for an interview.
Did you make the appointment now for her?
Puede ser la cita.
The rescheduling of the
Eh,
appointment?
cita nueva.
I don't believe so, Judge.
No pienso que no, pues,
Let's see.
déjame ver.
Counsel, you told me that there is already one reset.
That is correct, Your Honor. I looked at my client's phone and she emailed, whoever emailed her the appointment for July 11th, rescheduled it for September 5th. So there already is a,
That's forensic interview. So
Or forensic interview, I'm sorry.
I set up the original interview and they messed it forensic. follow-up with it.
Mr. Moret, your case is very, very old, and I will not do this again with you. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care what's going on. If you do not make this next appointment, I will immediately set your case for trial, and I will not entertain any more offers from you. Do you understand? So do what you need to do to make sure that you make this appointment. Because if you don't,
Esa cita porque si no lo hace-
it's over. I will not accept anything else, and you will get a 10-day trial setting.
sir.
So the appointment is for September.
Fifth, Your Honor.
Okay, we're gonna docket this on the next day, on the 6th, to make sure that she went.
Understood, Your Honor.
Y visto el paro 6, el caso, pero se ordenó este que fue. Entendido.
Also now, I'm gonna make a docket notation or so I can remember everything that transpired here today. So in the event that she doesn't go, then, I mean, we'll set it, I'm gonna do a 10-day I'll set it.
Absolutely.
Make sure that she makes it, because otherwise,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay?
Thank you.
Right. Guys. Okay, who do we have here?
Mr. Cordova, Your Honor, for plea.
Good morning, Mr. Cordova. All right, so you're charged with harassing communication. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
Time served 3 days, Your Honor.
115 days with 150 days credit, and it has an enhancement of
Okay, give me 1 second. So what are we doing?
115.
Okay.
115.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Cordova, it's 115 days in jail, credit for the 115 days that you've already done. It's also alleged that you have a prior felony offense of aggravated assault out of Hayes County. Did you have an ag assault out of there?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Harris County, not Hayes. Oh, you talking about my priors?
you give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement today. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal, so this will go on your record. It will be there forever. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do, sir?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense?
Yes, sir.
Find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Are your other cases still open?
Yes, sir.
Good luck on those, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good morning, Mr. Rosas. So you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or a household member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like you guys have worked that agreement. That agreement looks like to be a 13-month deferred. A deferred is the type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, but you can't tell people it was dismissed. It was not dismissed. You just did the probation, completed it, and don't end up with a conviction, but you can't tell people it was dismissed. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, as part of the agreement, you will do what's called a TRAS. It's an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. The probation department may assess further conditions. You need to be aware of that. You must, as part of this agreement, fulfill those conditions. One of those conditions may be outpatient treatment. You understand?
Yes, sir.
As part of this, there will be no drugs, no alcohol, random urinalysis, and then no threatening or harassing contact with Alyssa Hernandez. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Basically, all you have to do is just stay out of trouble and no dope and no alcohol, and don't pick up any new cases.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you get this done?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you cannot back out of it. You're stuck with this until you complete it or unless you get revoked. Now, if you do something to violate this probation, like you pick up a new case, you start consuming, we issue a warrant, put you in jail. And the only thing we're going to talk about is if you violated this probation. If you do, you're looking at an entire year. You understand?
Sir.
You still want to do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will not find you guilty. I'll withhold that for 13 months. Assess a TRAS. No drugs, alcohol, random testing, and no threatening, harassing with Alyssa Who is this person to you?
She's the mother of my kids.
Are you together with her now?
I have custody of my kids.
Does she also get visitation as well?
Sure, she hasn't.
Have you, she still have parental rights or no?
Yeah, through the attorney general, she had custody, but then she didn't want them anymore, so I got them.
Okay, treat them good. How old are they?
And 2 10-year-olds, 12-year-old, and 5-year-old.
So it's 4 kids. Mr. Rosas, you got to be careful because if you don't treat those kids with love and respect now, you think your life is hard now? Wait till they get to be 16 and 18. If you don't treat a kid now, they're going to make your life a living hell when they're teenagers, even older teenagers. I'm telling you, it will backfire on you like crazy if you don't treat them with love and respect now. It could go sideways real quick. I'll make you a deal. If you do well, don't test positive for 6 months, I'll take you off early. All right. All we want you to do is just behave, be good to those kids, and that's it. All right. Okay. So let's review it back at 6 months. And then if he's done well, we'll just early terminate. All right.
Address, he was, he's wearing an ankle monitor. Can he get that work? It's impeding his access to job facilities. He just got to wear work boots and.
Oh, have you had any violations on the monitor?
No, sir.
No. Okay. I'll take it off. Yeah. Good job. Just stay out of trouble, man. That's all we want you to do. Okay. All right. Mr. Jackson, do you have a lawyer today?
Dan Clark.
Sorry?
Dan Clark.
You have one?
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Are you working?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I don't work. I thought you said I'm working for one. You don't work for one. I don't work for.
So are you working or are you not working now? Why not?
Background. That's all the sounds are.
Did you graduate from high school, Mr. Jackson? Wait, what?
I'm Dan Clark.
You have the wrong defendant.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was Jabari Jackson, no?
No, Dan Clark.
Page 9, Clark.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
Yes, sir.
Why not? Apparently not hard enough because we now have been since March and you haven't done anything. If I drug test you now, what's going to happen? If I drug test you now, what's going to happen? You know, don't play Helen Keller with me. What's going to happen, Mr. Clark? Take a seat in the jury box. Okay. All right. Good morning, Mr. D. Who do we have here?
Mr. Paul Callis, Your Honor.
What's the last name?
Callis, C-H-L-L-I-S.
Okay. All right. Good morning, Mr. Callis. Sir, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
We've got a time served deal, Judge. Three days credit for one judge.
How many prior thefts do you have, Mr. Callis? Well, I see a prior auto theft. I see a prior burglary with intent to commit a theft. You have any other thefts out of counties? What I'm trying to tell you is that at some point, if you continue to pick up theft cases, they can use those to enhance you to a felony charge. And then you're looking at years instead of days. So I'm telling you to be careful because your next theft, even if it's a pack of gum, may land you in prison for a very long time. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement today. You give up the right to a trial right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I will roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. There's no restitution, is there?
No, sorry.
Okay. Good luck, Mr. Ellis. Please see the clerk. Thank you, Mr. Dean.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, keep it down, please. If you want to talk, go outside. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming. Are you mom? Okay, and you are a sister? Okay. How much do you know about Mr. Stewart? As far as all the cases that we have and how many charges he's picked up and of all the issues that we have, how much do you know?
We know about them, we don't know about it. What's
Okay.
really going on.
I am at wit's end with your son. I am up to here. We now have a total of 4 open cases. They're all the same. And the bond violations continue to happen over and over and over. And I have put him in jail at least what, Mr. Mercer, what, at least 2 different occasions, right? 3? To try to get him to understand that we mean business. Someone keeps bonding him out and he continues to do what he wants to do. This last time I told him, I don't want you to do certain things. I didn't want him out in the middle of the night. It's one of my main concerns. Nothing good happens at 2 a.m, at 4 a.m, at all. And in this last violation report, which I think numbers now 6, he's out at 4 a.m.
Came to my house, because he couldn't breathe. He has asthma real bad. And bronchitis as well. And it's just, when it's hot. They both came to my house because they couldn't breathe. And I had a mini generator and they blew out the air from the fan, and I have no.
And it can't wait another 2 hours until 7 a.m. until what he can,
He couldn't breathe. And I had to give him the Buterol through the machine and the steroid pump. He's been had this ever since he was a baby, and he cannot breathe. He wake up sometime, I didn't sleep sometime and came. The noise he makes will wake you up like that, because he can't breathe.
how does he continue to pick up these cases and how does he continue to violate these conditions being out though? And in at least one of the cases, he has an AR-15.
Well, I believe it's because he's been shot before.
Look, it needs to stop. If somehow you guys are telling him it's okay to be out at 4 a.m, it's not.
That was just the one time that he came when the lights went out. That was it.
But it's always one time. It's always this, it's always that. And it just continues to happen. And this is the 6th time. Who does he live with now?
I just came back on Saturday evening, so he's back with me. He stays.
Do you stay home all day? What do you do? Do you work?
I've been on disability ever since 15, 16. I have neuropathy in my hands.
Who else stays at the house?
just me and him. And it affects my whole rights.
Why, Mr. Mercer, why did we do the exclusion in the first place from the house? I don't remember.
It must have been just a standard boilerplate thing that I overlooked or that the state overlooked. I didn't sign on until later on. I subbed in for somebody else. It was just where the incident occurred. There was no victim in the case. There's no danger to anyone in particular. I think it's just where they found him with the weapon. So I don't know, honestly. I think at the last setting, the state indicated that they would not oppose taking that out.
Do you have any reason why we put the restriction on that particular address?
Judge, I think that was a court condition, if I remember correctly, and on the allegations and stuff, it looks like he kind of trapped himself into that house and caused this whole standoff, and then because of the facts of the case, he didn't want to be around there until he had more information. But if it's his house, like I said, I'm not opposed to him.
What is your address, ma'am?
Well, I moved from over there to Bryn Rock Drive, 12730.
The address is actually
Her
perfect.
address.
So that address is your
That's the
address.
address he came to, but it's not the address where it occurred at. What the address where it occurred at is like way down the way. I live in the front, so she came to the front.
She's a friend of the lady whose house he was at, some friend.
Where it happened.
And he ran into her. She was a friend of the family.
He ran up to the lady that was the friend of the family house.
I only have three things that I want. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Actually, four things. Curfew, so he's not out in the middle of the night, and that he's a working man,
I've been trying to.
so that he doesn't have too much time on his hands. That's the only thing I'm requiring from him. And I'm going to say this now, that it doesn't matter to me if he lives with you, sister. My only concern is that he's not out in the middle of the night and doesn't have a weapon. Okay? I'm going to let him go with you guys, but I'm going to tell you now, if I have any future violations, I'm going to set each of his bonds at $50,000.
So is he allowed to come to my address?
I don't think it's an issue. My only thing is I don't want him out in the middle of the night. We will put a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. If he's out past any of those times, I'm telling you, I'm going to make his bond really, really high. He has to have a full-time job.
I'm working on trying to get him.
Why are you working on it? He should be working
He
on
is as
it.
well, I'm sorry.
Well,
We
we-
both are. We all are trying to just help him.
Yeah,
Because he's 17, so it's like it's not so many jobs that
I
we
understand.
can get him.
Look,
We just
if
trying to
you-
help him.
I'm happy that you're helping him. Really, at the end of the day, if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. But I just want you to understand that I'm at wit's end. I will not entertain any more excuses. I don't care what it is. I don't care where he's going. If you need to have a breathing machine in both houses, put one in there. Because, come up, Mr. Stewart. I'm going to take off the restriction that you can go to your sister's house. I mean, I don't care what house you're going to. Don't be out past curfew.
Yes, sir.
I don't care if you leave your charger at your sister's house and you have to go out at 9:05 to go get it somewhere else. The next time, and I'm going to make a notation clearly here of everything, because I'm not going to forget anything. The
Yes, sir.
next time, I don't care what your excuse is. I'm going to make your bond $250,000.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand me? At some point, they're going to stop paying to get you out because they're wasting their money every single time, thousands of dollars to get you out for you to violate to go right back in.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're on notice now. If you are going to go to a particular house have your overnight bag that has everything in it, your phone, your charger, your albuterol, the machine you might need, have everything because I will not entertain any excuses. Mr. Mercer, you're on notice now. I don't care what the excuse is. The next time he violates any condition, you know what's going to happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to make
So
sure.
the only conditions that we have now, get a job full-time or be in school full-time.
Sir.
No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol,
Sir.
and no out past curfew.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
Do we need to, I'll talk to pretrial services about
Talk
the
with Tracy
address.
so that we iron everything out. And then that's it.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank you, Judge.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
Can I get like a 30-day reset for Mr. Stewart? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I can be able to 15. Yeah, tell them I'll be there. 15.
Yes.
That's
Corrales.
Order in the court.
So he has a terrorist threat. He also has the evading with us. Are we going on just the
Yes.
rest? That's
Yes.
it? And then the terrorist threat will be dismissed?
Dismissed, yes.
Is this how you understand it, Mr. Corrales? That the terrorist threat's going to be dismissed? You're pleading to the evading. Understand that you're evading arrest as an enhanceable offense, meaning that it's going to go on your record now. If you ever run from the cops again, they can charge you with a felony offense. And then you'll be looking at years instead of days. You understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. You can never undo this, change your mind about this. It will be like this and reflect as a conviction forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Is the case upstairs still going on or no?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Looks like you don't have felony court until about 2 weeks. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks. Good morning, guys. All of you guys have been charged with criminal offenses. It appears all of you guys have worked out agreements to end these cases today. You all give up a lot of rights by entering into these agreements. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you guys are not citizens or possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You guys give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you cannot change this or undo this. Is this what you guys want to do?
Sir.
Okay, so we will go through each of you guys to figure out what's going on. So are you Mr. Crutchfield?
Sir.
So Mr. Crutchfield, you are charged with the offense of criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 66 days in jail, credit for the 66 days that you've done. Is this what you want to do, sir?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty, sentence you to agreement. Let's see, where are you? Now, Mr. Costley, you are charged with attempted burglary of a motor vehicle. I don't have this up yet. Oh. Oh, he was on probation. What have we worked out on Mr.?
30 days.
Okay.
It has 3 days. I put it on. Where is it? It's right there in the bottom.
Okay. So it's 3 days in jail, credit for the 43 days that you've done. Is it true or untrue that you violated your probation, Mr. Costley? I will find that it's true. Send you to three days in jail. I will give you credit for the 43 days that you've already done. Your probation is hereby revoked. It will now reflect as a conviction on your record, sir. Lastly, Mr. Webb, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 71 days that you've done. Is this what you want to do, sir? So it looks like he's got 2 DWIs.
Sir, the second one upon completion of this plea will be dismissed, Your Honor.
Okay.
But he has a felony pen also.
Out of the same transaction as the second DWI. Sitting out, I just want the record to reflect on costly, it's just on the technicals, paragraphs 2, 10, and 19.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
the new law violence.
I reflected that in the paperwork as well, but just for it to be known.
So, but I'm with Webb, we're pleading on the 718.
Yes.
Right. And then the new one will be dismissed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know. Have you let the felony court know to see how, if and how it'll impact the case if it's theirs?
Yes, Judge, I'm notified. So it probably has been notified.
Okay.
Order in the court.
I'm going to suspend your license for a year, Mr. Webb. Do not drive until you get a license. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know how many DWIs you have, but I'm going to tell you that anytime you get pulled over, they're going to look up your record. They're going to see DWI, continuous family violence. Do you think they're going to be nice to you, sir? Don't get into a car. Every day someone dies from a DWI in Harris County. Every damn day. And here you are with 2 DWIs. Stop endangering our public. All we want our streets to be safe, Mr. Webb. Good luck.
Thank you very much. All right, gentlemen. Now let's wait.
Are you Joshua Dubose?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dubose, you're charged with harassing communication. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On January 27th, 2022, officers were dispatched to a terroristic threat call. Officers spoke with a reportee who advised that the defendant had previously been at the location to sell marijuana to her boyfriend, the complaining witness. An altercation about money then took place and the complaining witness proceeded to leave the location. The complaining witness advised the defendant was posting messages on Facebook threatening to come to the location and smoke them, a slang term for shooting and killing someone, stating the complaining witness needed to watch his back because the defendant would be coming back later that night. The complaining witness never told the defendant he did not live at the location. The complaining witness was in fear of imminent danger for his and the other involved parties while believing the defendant would carry out the threat.
Nothing on probable cause at this time, Your Honor.
Say it again.
We've got nothing on probable cause at this time. I have no idea.
Oh, I see. Got it. Mr. Dubose, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go have any contact with the complaining witness, not to go where they live, not to sling, and no weapons. Do you understand? If I find that you're selling weed, if I find that you have a weapon, if I find that you have tried to have any contact with these people, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will give you one now, but this is the only one you're going to get from me. You will not get another PR bond.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
So he just had a gun case that was dismissed in 21, has a prior weed case. Pavel, what say you about a bond amount? You have a recommendation?
Your Honor,
I mean, it really doesn't matter because I'm gonna give him a PR bond now, but
exactly. So we'll just defer to court. If there's gonna be PR, the amount doesn't really matter.
Until, if and until it gets revoked.
5,000, I think 5,000, yeah.
Yeah, I would ask for 500. Mr. DeBoe is here. As you can see, he's come to court. He's, as he was made aware of the warrant, he's a longtime Houston resident. He's not in any way trying to avert the jurisdiction of the court or anything like that. And I believe it's going to be a case that will get resolved.
I'm gonna set your bond at $1,500, Mr. DeBose. Like I said, all I want in my streets to be safe. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what your excuse is. You're on notice now. Don't sell any weed. Don't have any weapons. Don't try to have any contact with these people. As long as you can do that, you and I will be fine.
Yes, sir. I have a full time.
You don't even have to justify anything. That's all I'm asking you to do, right? You've got a lawyer. Just, he'll help you out with this. I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but just stay in touch with counsel. He'll tell you when you have to come back.
Yes, sir.
If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So
Yes, sir.
you got it, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have you now go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm gonna have you take a seat in the jury box. I will get all your bond conditions while you sign it, and then you guys will be on your way.
Thank you, Judge.
How would they just issue a summons on 2 AFMs?
So,
Yeah, go ahead. Sam.
he was originally
Please.
charged. So originally they charged it as a continuous on the felony. So he's been in custody since March. And so they dismissed the continuous and refiled it as 2 separate AFMs, I believe in June. And so that's when I was appointed on it. And so it said, it listed as a summons then. And so we approached USEP bond. I have in my notes.
Is this because he was in a felony court doesn't accept?
I have no idea. What do you mean?
There are a certain number of felony judges that refuse to do misdemeanor probations. They refuse to do reductions to misdemeanors. They refuse to do something else. And they require the DA's office to start doing dismissals and summons to,
I got you.
you know what I mean?
So I don't know, I can't speak for sure on that one. It's an incident that happened. It's like 2 individuals were at the same spot at this incident. So it happened like one hit is what's alleged. So I think that's why the continuous was dismissed, because I don't know, that's one we had talked about whether it met the requirements of the statute as far as continuous, if it's too instantaneous.
So, Mr. Alvarez, you're charged with 2 counts of assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail on each, and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay.
On March 30th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an address for a disturbance call. They spoke with the complainant size of his face, a swollen eye, and blood on his jacket. The complaining witness Garcia had a scrape on her right elbow and a bruise on her calf. There was blood on the driveway and on both the complaining witness's clothes. The complaining witness is the defendant's father who lives at the residence. The complaining witness said the defendant asked for $1 and the complaining witness told him to get to work. The defendant went outside and knocked over a potted plant. The complaining witness went to pick up the plant and the defendant struck him in the face with his fist and felt pain. Complaining witness Garcia is the defendant's mother who stated the defendant and the complaining witness started fighting. So she tried to stop the fight and the defendant kicked her in the leg and pushed her to the ground and she felt pain.
So all this over $1. How much time did he spend in jail for $1?
This is over 3 months, if I'm correct.
You spent over 3 months in jail for 4 quarters. Where are we now with regard to his living situation?
So he's with his brother now. So he's not staying at the family house anymore.
Do you have any kind of issues about him trying to go back? What?
None that I know of. They've spoken to his father. So they did a rip call with the dad. As I read it, they don't have any contact or anything like that. So yeah, I think he's just at the brother's staying there.
Mr. Alvarez, what do you do in life?
I'm currently working right now at Colgan.
Where?
A rebar company.
Good. Are you working full time? Yes. Great. That makes me happy. When you have too much time, your mind tends to wander. You tend to do things you're not supposed to. You get in trouble. You become self-destructive. You need something to occupy your time. And the nice thing about it is you get money. That's why it's important to have a job and to keep a job. How long you been working there?
I started like 4 days ago, 5.
What were you doing before that?
I
He's been in custody. So I think before that, he just got out, I think, in the last week or two. So I do think pretty quickly he did find work.
That's great. Look, all we want you to do is stay on top of it. Do a good job. Put your heart into it. And I'm telling you, you'll work your way up and make a lot of money, right? The better you do, the more money comes your way. So what kind of relationship do you have with your folks now? Is it good or is it bad?
It's good.
Okay.
I'm living with my brother right now.
Remember, what happens if you get into a fight with your brother?
Gonna get in trouble again.
Well, you're gonna end up on the street. That's what I'm trying to get to you, that don't bite the hand that feeds you. You only have a place to stay now. You barely started working. You've got no money. You've got nothing to you. So if he puts you out because you don't listen to him, you're gonna end up on the street. And then you're gonna be doing things you never thought you would just to get a bite to eat. So remember that next time you get hot, next time you get upset, if he does something to piss you off, be careful. Walk away, go outside, run, exercise, do something to get your mind off of it. Otherwise, you're going to end up on the street, or even worse, here. Now, with me, no dope, no alcohol, stay working, no contact with your parents for now. You understand?
Sir.
Okay. Are you taking any kind of medication? Are you supposed to be taking anything?
No.
No? Okay. Hey, are you under the care of any kind of psychiatrist, psychologist, or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Sam, anything else we need? Okay, I'm gonna find probable cause. You already know what's expected of you. Be nice to your brother. It's not hard, right? If you ever have any problems, whatever it may be, call Sam. You can always come back here too if you ever have any issues, and we'll help you out too. I'm not gonna be understanding if you start fighting with people, right?
Yes.
Don't. Okay. So he'll have to meet with Tracy for bond conditions. We'll have you sign a reset. The only other thing I need you to do, remember to stay in contact with Sam. He will tell you when you have to come back to court. Okay? As long as you can do those things, you and I will be best friends.
Okay.
All right? Okay, man. Good luck. Okay, thanks.
Hello, Your Honor.
Why are you here?
The storm was coming and my wife had moved out of the house. She wasn't there when I was there. I went over there to grab my generator.
I don't care.
I have a grandkid there that never gonna have no power.
His daughter, his daughter and grandson live at that house. And so as the storm was coming in, he's got a generator that will give the house power if anything goes down. So he went over one day, got the generator set up, and then as everything lost power, he went back to keep it running.
We spoke with the complaining witness, Your Honor. Cynthia, the daughter, her husband Joseph, and their child Eric live there along with Trish, who is the complaining witness. Trish is, I believe, his wife and Cynthia's mother. Cynthia advised that she did not want the defendant at the house. She advised me that he came to the house several times, which alarmed her. She called the police several times about that. The MOAB had lapsed, so the police didn't do anything about removing the defendant from the house at that time.
Did we have an order for him not to go back to the house then?
I believe it was in the.
Did have an order.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe so. I believe the MOAB had lapsed on the day in question, or at least that's what the police advised the complaining witness. Or advised Cynthia. Cynthia also advised that about 2 weeks ago, Trish called her to pick her up because Trish, the complaining witness, was walking barefoot in the street after the defendant assaulted her, and that Trish had been meeting up with the defendant at various motels.
No.
What?
At motels. That's what Cynthia, the complaining witness's daughter, advised me on the phone about 30 minutes ago.
He's been meeting up with
the complaining witness at hotels, away from the
No,
house as
I've
well.
been staying at motels, but I haven't seen Trish at all. My daughter, I'm sorry.
Stephen.
Let you sit down, sir.
You were ordered not to have contact with this person. You have two open felonies. You have an assault, a felony assault against this person. You have a felony violation of a protective order against this person open. After that, you pick up another assault against this person. I ordered you not to have any contact with this person. And you can, not according to the DAs, not according to the complaining witness.
The state didn't speak with the complaining witness. The state spoke.
You said Trish.
No, I spoke with Cynthia, Trish's daughter.
And you tell me that she's still having contact with him, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Trish is.
Yes, Cynthia lives with Trish, and Cynthia advised that Trish was going over to the motel or hotel.
Not only that, but we also have him going irrefutably back to the house he's not supposed to.
You have him going to the house, so that part we can't.
Bye-bye. Goes with you.
He's going back during a hurricane to take care of his daughter. He's in the house for 7 minutes.
He's still going to motels and meeting with her at different points.
That's double hearsay. If we could have a hearing and bring someone in who could actually attest to that. We're talking about this coming from the state, coming from the daughter who apparently talks to someone on the phone. I mean, that is several layers of communication.
Can you reach out to them right now and figure out what's going on?
Not for sure. It's gonna blame me.
Mr. Chavez.
Sir.
How's jail?
Not so great.
Good. It's not supposed to be fun.
Sure.
You know why you're here.
Sure.
You've picked up an evading arrest. You're facing now up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Here's the kicker. You're on felony probation as well. So what happens when you pick up a new case while you're on felony probation? That's exactly right. Please.
On July 1st, 2024, officers on patrol observed the defendant loitering and soliciting in front of the Family Dollar in a high drug trafficking area in Harris County, Texas. Officers spoke with the clerk who stated the defendant hadn't conducted any business with the store, and management wanted all persons loitering and soliciting, not conducting any business with the store, trespassed. The deputy in uniform attempted to make contact with the male loitering and ordered the male to walk over to
Okay. Who's trying to make contact with him?
a officer that initially observed him loitering and soliciting, and then spoke with management at Family Dollar.
Go back a little bit. Read me again exactly what happened again.
Officers on patrol observed the defendant loitering and soliciting in front of Family Dollar in a high drug trafficking area in Harris County, Texas.
Okay. What does loitering and soliciting mean? Right, because you're saying he's soliciting. How? Because that's a conclusory statement. Please.
Well, the
Okay,
DIMS
you're doing great,
did not
but-
state what exactly he was doing, but I would assume
Then I have a problem with that.
hanging around and trying to solicit business in front of the Family Dollar that was not right. And even after the officers observed him just hanging around and soliciting other people for business, then they spoke with the Family Dollar management, who then said that he had not gone into Family Dollar. He was just hanging out all day. Well, not all day, that's my words, I apologize.
That's,
But he was just hanging
can't
out.
add that in, because that's one of my concerns is how long is he there? Has he actually spoken to any people? Because it's not been listed in there. Is he begging for money, right? Or is he doing something worse?
Judge, I think ultimately in this case, what the clerk was wanting him to do was, what officer do.
Get out.
Trespass. So in the course of trying to issue a trespass, you gain to evade. It's not the lawyering. Or
Sure.
They see him there.
I get it.
They ask the store, hey, do you want here? No, I want to trespass. So in an attempt to give him that trespass warning, he begins to evade. That's the PC. It's 125 yards. But with regards to whether there was a lawful reason to detain him, there was. It's just a trespass.
Yeah,
You're
I
just
don't,
trying to issue a trespass.
hey, you're on notice now.
Sir,
If you go back, what's gonna happen?
go to jail.
Correct. They will now hit you with a criminal trespass. You're on felony probation. Why on earth are you allegedly loitering and allegedly soliciting? Look at me. What are you doing in life? Stop. There are other ways to do things. Okay? You're on, look at me. You're on felony probation. They have their eyes on you in every respect. No one likes you. Everyone wants to see you fail. Don't give them a reason.
Sir.
Do you understand? I'm going to find no probable cause in your case now. But look,
sir,
you're on notice now. Don't go back to this location. I don't know what's going to happen in your felony case, but they're trying to sink their teeth into you, if you know what I mean. All right. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. All right, Mr. Garcia, you were placed on probation for driving while intoxicated. It has since now, you have violated that probation. Is it true or untrue?
True.
Understand, sir, that I'm going to sentence you to 3 days in jail, prayer for the 2 days that you've done. This is now a conviction on your record as it was before. I'm going to suspend your license for a year, sir. Understand that even the remote smell of alcohol or dope, they're going to charge you with an offense. You will be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail from now on. And if you're not smart enough to consider how to get home on a night of drinking, then I'm going to treat you like a child and put you over my knee and spank you with a ton of jail time, just like a child. Think before you act. Don't get into a car. Do you understand?
Sir.
Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Garcia, do you have a lawyer today?
No, sir.
What are you doing about that?
I would like to ask if I can get a court-appointed lawyer here today.
Do you work?
It's been off and on the past 2 years. I can't find any steady work because of my felony of a burglary of a habitation. I'm currently on food stamps, you know. Just enrolled in school again to finish my GED. So I've been focusing on myself a lot, helping everybody around me as well.
I'm now going to bring you back so much, you're going to think it's a career.
I understand.
I want you to get a full-time job, and I'm going to bring you back every 2 weeks. I want to see what you've done to get a job. No?
I'm not speaking out of my mouth.
More.
I'm speaking in
Tell me what you've done to get a job.
past 2 years. I've over 1,900 applications on Poach Jobs, Recruiter, Indeed, anywhere and everywhere that I can find a job, apply for a job. I am doing so, from Workforce Solutions, in anywhere. I have internet access, of course. My phone has been off for the last 3 months, but I am trying. There's not a bone in my body.
Last time you had a full-time job?
Last time I had a full-time job was Gatlin's Barbecue off of 34th and Ella.
When?
Probably a year and a half ago.
So you're telling me you haven't worked in a year
Because
and
of
a half?
felony. I've been trying to find pays better jobs other than minimum wage. So to put myself comfortable, in order to live comfortable, I've been trying to find a better job.
And
I'm trying.
Not looking in the right places.
understand.
If you have been unable in a year and a half to find a job, then you're looking in the wrong places,
sir.
and perhaps you need to dumb it down a little bit as far as where you're going to get jobs. I would
understand.
start well, no, what I would start at fast food places is where I would start and work your way up.
Understand.
You know, the best place that you could possibly do something like that, where you were almost guaranteed a job and that you could, if you work your butt off, is Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, if you can get a job.
Yeah, I've tried.
When?
If I pull up an application, I can guarantee you I can find it, or several Chick-fil-A applications.
Okay, so which is what we're going to do. I'm gonna appoint your lawyer today, but I'm
And I
gonna bring you
appreciate
back in 2 weeks. And I want to see what you've done to get a job. I want to see applications and I want to see how many you've done. I'm not gonna let this stay.
I'll get everything that you need, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Can you reach out to the MAC? I'm gonna have you sign a reset with Victoria, and then I'm gonna have you take your seat in the jury box.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, Trinidad, who's this?
This is Joshua Kelly, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Kelly.
We're in the court for plea.
All right, Mr. Kelly, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 4 days that you've already done. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this. Is this what you want to do, sir? How do you plead to the offense of criminal trespass? Sorry? I will find you guilty. I will send it to you the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks.
Take care of yourself.
Good morning, Ms. Williams. Do you have a lawyer today? Tell me what you're doing about that.
I needed a little more help and it was too high. If you can help me out with a little assistance, I can get a court appointed.
You work?
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living?
Security.
How much money do you make a month?
Say between 2,000 2,500.
So tell me why you can't afford a lawyer.
This month been a little rough.
Okay. If you need more time, I can give you more time.
Yes.
But, you know, I can give you another 30 days. That be enough? Okay. Yeah, let's do it. We'll give him 30 days. You know,
Thank you.
there are a gajillion lawyers in Harris County. It's a matter of you calling people and negotiating with them. 99% of them will put you on a payment plan where you pay a couple $100 and they'll represent you. That's what it's about doing it. Finding the lawyer that fits you. It's like when you go buy a car. When you're on your first car, do you go buy a Lamborghini? No, you go to a Honda, you go to a Toyota, you go to what fits you. Same thing with a lawyer.
I'm waiting for that right now with Ms. Jill Landy. I'm waiting on
Now look, don't try to go get the Porsche of lawyers if you got, you know what I mean? Live within your means. Know what I mean? That's life.
do you have a list of options for me?
A what?
A list of options of
Man, you want a back rub too? No. You got to go to the computer and find it, man. Shoot. Come on, man.
Oh, wait, yeah. No, oh my God.
Where are we on the pool for tomorrow, Stephen?
Number 10.
Oof.
There was already some that was rolled over from because of the storm.
So what time you think we'll get a panel? And then people probably cave too. What time? Tyler's texting. So what should I say? 9:30?
I mean, dude, it's your schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
9:30, I guess.
All right. So I'm bringing you back out now because no means no. No doesn't mean maybe. No doesn't mean there's got this going on. If you really wanted to, you can always use someone else to achieve a goal. You don't have to do it yourself. Now, it's come to my attention that there's a couple more issues that Damien wanted to say as far as this case was concerned.
Is that what you just spoke to me about?
Yeah, what I just spoke to you about. So I spoke to the council about it as well. The issue that we're having is that the defendant the defendant is contacting complaining witness against the bond conditions of what you have put on for him. We talked to the witness in the past. She said that they were still talking together, and after he left the jail, that they were at a hotel together. Also, recently, Logan, the ADA here, had a conversation with the witness who said about 2 weeks ago, Trish called Cynthia. Trish was walking barefoot after defendant covered her mouth to stop her from yelling so that Cynthia could pick her up.
Okay, well, so Trish is the complaining witness, right? Cynthia is the daughter?
Yes. Yes.
Both of their biological daughters?
Yes.
So he's the father, she's the mother of Cynthia.
Yes.
Okay, so Cynthia is getting in contact with you guys, saying that he's continuing to maintain contact with them. The problem is that I'm not the only one. The felony court has also told you not to have contact with them.
So she also said the defendant had no contact with the complaining witness since right after he got out of jail the first time. So it seems like she's going back and forth on the situation.
So we approached first, and then you asked Logan to go out and call for clarification. So when he went out and called for clarification, he came back in and he said that she told him that that Trish was not there whenever he came over, and that he has not had contact with Trish since he got out of jail. So, and Logan emailed that to me to show me what it is that went on in that conversation. So that's the notes that I have, is that the daughter said no contact.
All I have here is a bunch of he said, she said, right? But the fact remains is that you're still going over there because it's on your GPS monitor. And you went the day before the hurricane.
Sir.
You're not supposed to go there.
Oh, it was the day of the hurricane. Yes, sir.
That was the day before.
No, the day before was on the 7th. At least that's what they're saying. That's on the GPS device.
That hurricane came that night.
You were not supposed to go over there.
I just went and picked up a generator. Nobody else can do it. And I had grandkids there.
You're not supposed to go over there. No means no. No doesn't mean I have a generator. I've got the tooth fairies going over there to pick up a damn tooth so I can give it to Cynthia.
It won't happen again, Your Honor. I promise.
I don't care. No means no. We've already dealt with this over and over, and you have 2 open felony cases and you have an open misdemeanor. There is strict compliance that is required.
Sir.
And that's it. If I let you go, then you will continue to have contact with him. And I want you to know that you were already ordered not to do anything. Already, not only by me, but by the felony court as well. So I wasn't the only one that told you not to have contact with them.
It's all in the same case, Your Honor, and I haven't been around Trish at all.
To be clear, we're saying that he's had contact with her. The only statement that I have here from Logan and speaking to so no one has talked to the complaining witness. The daughter, Cynthia, said that they have not spoken to each other, that she was not there when he went over. I get he was not supposed to be there, just making sure that we're clear on what it is that happened. So
I understand. The fact remains is that he's still going over there. And I have a problem with that when you have 2 open felony cases and a misdemeanor assault against this person. You know, you scare me. You truly do. And I want you to understand that I mean business. And the only way is by putting you in jail. Because if I don't, then I'm enabling this behavior and I'm telling you that it's okay for you to do it, and it's not.
I've been seeing a psychiatrist, therapist, and a coach.
And it's still not working.
Yes, it is, Your Honor. They've had me on medication. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do and staying out of trouble. They even called me today, but I've been here. I'm doing my.
You truly don't get it. You were not supposed to go over there.
I understand. I do.
If you really wanted to achieve that goal, you could have called a friend to go pick the generator up and said, hey, I can't go over there. There are other ways of achieving a goal than you going over there.
I tried, Your Honor. I did. I tried everybody.
Then
But
don't get it.
It won't happen again. I promise.
It's not, no, you're right. It's not going to happen again. Yeah, I have no choice but to put you in custody. You have a felony assault, a violation of a protective order, already a felony one, and now a misdemeanor assault, and you continue to violate conditions. I'm not letting you go. That's it. I want you to understand that I mean business. He goes with you.
Can I ask you how long is this for, or what's this?
I don't know. I don't
The
know.
misdemeanor assault and the felony are the same transaction. It's the same day, so it's not like some pattern of ongoing violence here. He has no criminal history. His PSA is a 1 and a 1.
I'm not, I want to get the message across. Okay, a little jail therapy, and let's see where we go. Sam, am I out to kill people? No,
I mean,
I don't, you can't justify it. There's 2 open felony cases and a misdemeanor assault, and he's still going over there in violation of everybody's conditions. I'm not out for blood. I'd like a little therapy. And then, I don't know, what do you think?
Well, we have a probation offer on right now, and I'm talking to felony right now to resolve all of them. Middle of talking about that right now. But I do think there needs to be some type of therapy. But it seems like he's already, based on what he
He's
said,
been in counseling, yeah.
which is good to hear.
He was in yeah, he was talking about wanting to do it whenever I first met him in custody.
Council and I, we can talk really quick. We didn't hear about what happened with his medical episode. Is it that fine?
He's claiming his sugar and all that. I still need to get him out of here so he can.
And when do we put him on for Friday? And then I'm willing to, if you're okay with it, either reinstate or, damn, those skills really got me by the boo-boo. Either letting him out, reinstating, and let's see if he gets the message. I'm not out, this isn't a capital one, right? But I want him to understand that we mean business, and hopefully a couple days will be sufficient for him to get the word. The fear of not knowing when you're going to get out, it's the worst. It sucks. It's awful. And hopefully that'll be enough. And we'll go from there. I agree with you. It's not the worst, but nevertheless, it's still a violation. And when you have 2 open and then another 3 open, I'm not down with that. Really. So come back Friday and please don't. Because I want him to get the notion that we mean business. Okay.
What's the bond amount?
What's it at now? 5,000? So probation. Do you see how many people we put in jail on a daily basis? Shh. Do you want to go to jail? You're begging for it. The idea of what?
I'm sorry.
Sorries mean something when you say it once, when you say it twice, but when you repeatedly say sorry, they have no meaning. If my kid tells me sorry one time and I say, okay, don't do it again. And they do it again and they say sorry again. And I say, come on, man. And then they do it again. What is the value of that sorry? 0. You have done what while you're on probation? What have you done?
I get off late.
You have had, so because of your work, how long has you been on probation? Nearly a year?
Since April 20th of 2023.
Since April of last year, you're telling me that you couldn't carve out any time to do a 2-hour class? Is that how damn busy you are?
Because it started at 6, and one time I got fired from my job, and then I got rehired again. I work as a mechanic. So.
My boss, he don't let me go out before I close the shop until 8.
There are other times that you can do it, Mr. Zoc.
I
Other
asked
than
him.
that,
That's the only option they give me to 6 p.m. to start.
I'm now going to give you a the reason I'm bringing you here now is to give you the opportunity to complete this without having to go to jail. This is the absolute last chance. And if you need me to treat you like a child, then I will. And do this in a very strict manner where one time that doesn't get done, guess what's going to happen? Right. And then what happens if you go to jail?
I always apply nothing for my kids.
Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
No, sir.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
My honor.
Then you will be in custody for how long do you think? I would say give or take 9 months. This is why I'm trying to give you the opportunity. But I'm going to tell you now, forewarned is fair warned. You will not get another one from me. You were supposed to complete a DWI repeat offender education class, which you haven't done. You were supposed to complete a victim impact panel, which has not been done. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to set you for 2 weeks from today. You must have the repeat offender education class done within 2 weeks. Do you want, well, I don't know. The repeat offender, it's a lot longer actually, isn't it? Tell me what's,
Like you should be able to do the victim impact sample within 2 weeks. The repeat offender, maybe like a month.
how long is the repeat offender class?
It just kind of varies depending, but I think like 3 weeks.
Okay, to me, the most important one is the education class because this isn't his first DWI and I want him to learn from this. If you're going to have to learn the hard way, then so be it. But no more excuses. You need to do whatever you need to do to get this stuff done. You want to start with the victim impact? Okay, let's start that. You have 2 weeks to get the victim impact panel done.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to bring you back. If you have it done, then we will move on to the next step. If you don't have it done, life will really not go well for you, Mr. Zoc. Understand? He has a device. Please tell me so.
He does.
Good.
He does have-
Okay. What I'm going to have you do is I'll have you take a seat now. I will give you the opportunity to pick whatever day you want to come back. If you don't have it done, I've done my part to be fair to you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Please. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today. You have 2 weeks to get started on this application to get your high school diploma. And I promise you on everything that's holy in this life, Mr. Clark, if you partake in 1 iota of marijuana from now on, I'm going to lock you up and I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to split into 15. I'm so upset with you at this point that I can't even see straight. You've done nothing in this life to better yourself in any way. And I'm going to tell you now that it's such a damn shame. I don't know who you have in your life pushing you to try to better yourself. Apparently it's no one, because let me ask you, would anybody in this life be proud of you at this moment? Is your mom around? Come on up, ma'am.
She got me a lawyer too.
Sorry?
She got me a lawyer.
I gotta look.
Put your back on the edge of that screen, please.
He has never graduated high school. And what I wanted to do was, at the very minimum, get him a high school diploma, because he'll never achieve anything in this life, at the very minimum, without a high school diploma. Go ahead.
Oh, he was going to school, but the school he was going to, Richard Milburn, he was going there. But they, messed up on his credits or something. And so I just took him out.
He
Because they wanted
needs,
him to, start all back over again. But he had his credits, but they dropped, they removed it.
so perhaps what we need to do is get him into a GED program, because he's now too old to get back into high school. They're not gonna let him back. So at a minimum, he needs to get a high school diploma. What I was gonna do, or a GED, I'm sorry, a GED.
Okay.
What I was gonna do is give him a lawyer today.
I have him one. I got him one out of here.
It's okay, it's up to you. I was gonna give him a lawyer today.
Oh, you don't give him one?
I was gonna give him one today.
That's fine.
Have you already paid the lawyer?
No, sir. not
Then
yet.
don't, save your money.
Okay.
I would prefer you spend that money on getting him GED classes and paying for him to get his high school diploma. You will go nowhere in life without a minimum, a high school diploma. And I'm telling you, I'm going to test you 31 days from today. You test positive for marijuana. Guess what's going to happen?
Get locked up.
Right. And I'm going to make your bond so high. Woo, your granny's going to be spinning. That's how high it's going to be. Do you understand? No more smoking marijuana. And if you have any issues as to why you can't stop, you better find another release. There are other things you can do. Don't smoke weed. I don't care if you come in here, try to tell me that you're in a car with 4 other people and they were hot boxing. I don't care. Jesus tells you got to do something differently. Do not smoke weed. I will set your case for 2 weeks from today. And I want to see what you have done to start getting GED classes. Do you understand? I'm going to push you until you get this. And if you can't, then you're going to go to a place where you're going to be all alone doing it, away from the public. We're going to do this either the easy way or the hard way. How that happens depends on you. You hold the proverbial keys to the jail cell. Now, if you ever have a problem with him, you let me know and I will straighten him out for you. Does he live with you? Okay. Mom, anything you need, you let me know. If he starts acting up in any way to you, I'll help you out in any way you need.
He don't do nothing. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what I see.
That may be, but the course that he set for himself now will end up nowhere in life. It doesn't matter whether you're in this place or you're back there. The course for your future is headed this way, that way. It's not headed up to the stars like it should be. This life is about one thing and one thing only: money. And if you don't have money, your life is going to suck forever and a day. The divorce rate in this country is so high because of one reason: no money. Women and men fight ad nauseum because they have no money. And if you don't have money, nothing good's going to happen to you in life. The only way you're going to get it is with this knowledge. And the only way you do that is by learning and by schooling. Do you understand? So I'm going to be on you so much, you're going to think that we're... All right. It's late now. So what do you want to do, Victoria, as far as a lawyer's
I
concerned?
already reached reached out to Sims. He said he can Zoom on in about 5 minutes.
Okay, I've got you a lawyer. We will set you for 2 weeks from today. You know what's expected of you. You will be tested 31 days from today. You test positive, that tells me that you've continued to smoke and that you've blown me off. You know what's gonna happen. When you come back in 2 weeks, I wanna see what you've done. All you have to do is Google, get my GED. You can also reach out to the lawyer that we've given you. They have social services through the MAC, which is like an agency that helps lawyers with services that can also help you with getting classes for you so that you can get your GED. Do you understand? Okay, just take a seat for me. We'll be back with you shortly. You can go back there, that's fine.
I think James is.
Judge, you want me to address, I think a new appointment, Dan Clark?
All right, come up, Mr. Clark. All right, Mr. Clark, do you have a cell phone? What is your cell phone number? 8. That's a lawyer that we've appointed to represent you. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. If he tells me that you're playing games, that you're not responding to phone calls or text messages, I will revoke the PR bond.
I look my phone off. Can you use my mom number?
Okay, let me give you mom's number, James.
Yes, Judge. Got it, Judge.
So James, he does not have a high school diploma. I've told him to start working on the GED program like we've done before. If they need MAC services, please let him know about it. If they need any kind of help, he's going to reach out to you here within the hour. You must talk to him about the case. I've also told him that he will be back in 31 days to take a drug test. If he tests positive for marijuana, he knows what's going to happen. Okay?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Good luck, sir. See you in a couple weeks.
Judge, in
All right.
729.
How's the 29th, James?
729 or 8? Is it 729?
7, yeah.
Do you want him to bring proof that he's working on his GED?
Correct.
Okay, sure. That's fine with me. 729. All right, maybe excuse, Judge. I'll reach out
Thanks,
to him
James.
today.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming back.
No worries. Thank you, Your Honor. Bye.
Right, coming up, Mr. Garcia. This is Mr. Garcia, Anna. What is your cell phone, sir?
You can get in contact with me at 713.
Okay.
Whose number is that?
My mother's.
That's mom's phone number, Anna.
Okay.
So Mr. Garcia has been unable to work within the last year and a half.
Okay.
I'm also going to bring you back in, well, actually, 31 days from today, you will be drug tested. Don't test positive for anything. It's not going to go well. Likewise, I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks. I want to see what you've done to get a job.
Of course.
Show me the applications and we'll go from there. All right. So Anna's going to reach out to you here momentarily so you guys can talk about the case and we'll go from there.
Thank you very much.
All right. So just hang tight. Okay. Sign a reset.
Thank you.
Okay. And you said 2 weeks on him, Judge?
Yes, I want him to start being a working man.
Okay.
Judge, what was that on this one?
So 2 weeks from today to come back to see what he's done to get a job. And then after that, we're gonna bring him back 31 days to see what he's done, or I'm sorry, to take a drug test. So
7/29?
how's 7/29, Anna?
That's perfect. I will be there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.